Hello everyone, today in this video I am going to deal with second chapter of class 9th of beehive. The chapter is The Sound of Music Part 1. Evelyn Glennie, Listen to Sound Without Hearing It. Deborah Cowley. So before we move to the text, let me introduce you to this chapter. The chapter gives us an account of Evelyn Glennie, who grew deaf at the age of 11. In spite of her deafness, she made her a success story. She fought against the physical disability and rose to fame. It is being said about her that God may have taken her hearing, but He has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any else. This is why she expresses music so beautifully. Let's witness her journey in this chapter. So now, let me introduce you to Evelyn Glennie. Dame Evelyn Elizabeth Annie Glennie, born on 19 July 1965, is a Scottish virtuoso multi-percussionist performing internationally with a wide variety of orchestras and contemporary musicians. She was selected as one of the two laureates for Polar Music Prize of 2015. Glennie has been profoundly deaf since the age of 12, having lost her hearing from the age of 8. This does not inhibit her ability to perform at an international level. She regularly plays barefoot during both live performances and studio recordings to feel the music better. So we have in this chapter we have a journey of Evelyn Glennie, who in spite of being deaf rose to fame, became the most popular, most famous percussionist of the world. She grew deaf at the age of, she started losing her hearing power at the age of 8 only, but even then she did not stop. She continued her passion for music and she learned music and she became the most popular percussionist of this world. Now let's see how she coped up with her deafness and how she rose to fame, which is given in this text, in this chapter. Rush hour's crowd jostled for position on the underground train platform. A slight girl looking younger than her 17 years was nervous yet excited as she felt the vibration of the approaching train. It was her first day at prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London, and daunting enough for any teenager fresh from a Scottish farm, but this aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most. She was profoundly deaf. So now the chapter opens at some of the station of London. She was waiting for train at some of the underground railway station on any platform. So this girl, she was standing among the crowd, so she was standing on the platform and definitely the crowd was there. Jostle here means that push roughly. So she was among the crowd, she was being pushed by the crowd as all of the passengers were get in hurry to catch the train, so even she was. So now the thing is, she was even younger than 17 years. She was about 17 years old and she was nervous. She was quite nervous. She was not nervous to see the crowd which was there on the station, but she was nervous because she was going to attend Royal Academy of London, Royal Academy of Music, which is in London. So it is regarded as one of the most prestigious. It is one of the most prestigious music institution of the world. So she is going to attend that Royal Academy of Music, and this was her first day, and therefore it was frightening. Daunting here it means frightening. So it was frightening to her. She was quite nervous because she is teenager, that too from other countries. She is from Scotland, and she is different from other people as well because she is disabled. She don't have the hearing power. She was intensely deaf. She was completely deaf. So the chapter opens on a railway platform where the slight girl, slight here it means small and thin. The small and thin girl, that is Evelyn Glennie, is waiting for her train, and she is being jostled. It means she is being pushed by the crowds which is there on the platform in order to catch the train. And this girl, the little Scottish girl, is quite nervous because she is going to attend the Royal Academy of Music in London. She is far away from her country, in new country, that too she is a deaf, and she is going to attend the most prestigious institution of music. Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong when the 8-year-old Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. They called her name and she did not move. I suddenly realized she had not heard, said Isabel Glennie. For quite a while, Evelyn managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers, but by the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated and her headmistress urged her parents to take her to a specialist. It was then discovered that her hearing was severely impaired as a result of gradual nerval damage. They were advised that she should be fitted with hearing aids and sent to a school for deaf. Everything suddenly looked black, says Evelyn. So now it is, in this paragraph it is given that how she became deaf and when she became deaf. So she says that it was not something which happened all of a sudden. She says that it was a gradual process. It means it was a slow process. It took time. It was slow. Slowly and gradually she lost her hearing power. So what happened at the age of 8? When she was 8-year-old, her mother noticed something strange, and she noticed that perhaps she is not able to listen properly when Evelyn was 8 years old. So at that time, one day she was standing to play her piano and her mother called her, but she did not listen her. At that time, it was the first incident when her mother realized that perhaps she is growing deaf. For the some time, what she did, for the some time she hid it. She did not reveal it to her friend, to her teacher, about her growing deafness. But what happened slowly and gradually, as she was not able to listen properly, so by the age of 11, her marks deteriorated, and then the headmistress of her school called her parents and she asked her to contact a specialist because her marks were deteriorating, and even they have noticed some different behavior. Even they have perhaps noticed that she is not able to listen properly. So at that time, her parents contacted the specialist, and then they come to know that her hearing power was severely impaired. It means her hearing power was getting weak. It means her hearing power has weakened. It was losing its power. And what was the reason behind it? The reason was nerve damage. So due to some nerval disorderness, what happened? She lost her power of hearing slowly and gradually. So then it was advised to her that she should be fitted with a special hearing aid to enable her to hear properly, and her parents was asked to get her admitted to some school which is meant for deaf child. So till the age of 11 everything was normal. Before that everything was normal, and suddenly she come to know that she is deaf now, and now her life is going to change. She will have to be admitted to different groups, she will have to live life differently, she can't live a normal life, and therefore everything turned black to her, everything lived black to her. She grew hopeless. She was not able to understand that how to deal with the situation and what to do in that situation. So she was deserted, she was totally hopeless. Now let's see what happened then. But Evelyn was not going to give up. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. One day she noticed a girl playing xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. Most of the teachers discouraged her, but percussionist Ron Fox spotted her potential. He began by tuning two large drums to different tones. Don't listen through ears, he would say, try to sense it some other way. Says Evelyn, suddenly I realized I could feel the higher drum from the waist up and the lower one from the waist down. Forbes repeated the exercise, and soon Evelyn discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. I had learned to open my mind and body to sound and vibrations. The rest was sheer determination and hard work. So she said that although she faced the challenges, although life turned totally for her as she was declared deaf, and now she was facing a number of challenges, but even then she was determined that no, she is not going to give up, she will not accept failure, she will work hard and she will achieve everything whatever she had wished to achieve when she was not disabled, when she had the hearing power. So one day what happened, and she even resoluted to herself, she took a promise that she will continue to love music. She was passionate toward music, and she promised that she will behave as if normal, she will lead a normal life, and she will pursue her career in music. So one day what happened, she saw a girl playing xylophone. Xylophone is a musical instrument, and that day it came to her mind that she even wanted to play it. So she went to many teachers in order to get herself trained to play xylophone, but all the teachers turned her down, all the teachers discouraged her, but one teacher, one percussionist whose name is given over here, that is Ron Forbes, he found that the girl is really potent, she had the ability to learn, and she found something positive in her, he found something positive in her, and therefore he decided that he will train her. Perhaps he had seen the potency of the girl, he has seen her desire to learn it, and therefore he thought that he will definitely train her to play xylophone. So he agreed to teach her, to train her in playing xylophone. So this is how he started. He started tuning two large drums of different notes. And then what he asked Evelyn to feel the beat, the vibration of that drum from different parts of her body. And then she says that she started realizing that she could feel it. She could feel the vibration of drum from her different part of the body, and very soon she realized that the higher note, the higher vibration, the loud vibration, she could feel from the waist up, it means the part of the body which is above waist, and the lower beat she could sense from the part of the body which is lower than waist. So this is how she differentiated this is how she differentiated between higher note, higher tone, and the lower tone. So she started listening music, she started sensing the vibration, the higher vibration from the upper part of the body and the lower vibration from the lower part of the body. So this exercise continued for several times, for many times, and then she could sense that she was able to listen notes and vibrations. She could feel the vibration from different parts of the body. So this is how she not only trained herself from listening from one part of the body, but now her each and every part of her body was working as her ear, as her hearing device. And after that she continued her hard work with a firm determination, to continue her journey in this music. So she continued the hard work. She was quite laborious. She worked very hard, and finally she was able to master it. She never looked back from that point onward. She toured the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. She auditioned for Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. She gradually moved from orchestral work to solo performance. At the end of 3-year course, she had captured most of the top awards. So here we can see that she had not only mastered the music, she had not only mastered how to play music, but she has become one of the best musicians. She has become the best percussionist ever the world has produced. So by the age of 16, she perfected herself in music. And at the age of 16, she decided that she will continue, she will make music her life, her career. So earlier she worked in orchestra, and after that, later on, she decided that she will work solo. It means singly, she will perform all alone. So she was auditioned at Royal Academy of Music, and there she scored the highest mark in the history of Academy. It means no one ever had achieved the marks which she has scored. So she was the highest scorer when she performed in Royal Academy of Music. She broke all past records. So after that she went for 3-year course, and during her 3-year course she won all top awards. So this is from her achievement, from her awards, we can come to know that how beautifully she has mastered the art of playing that music, different music instruments. And all for this, Evelyn won't accept any hint of heroic achievement. If you work hard and know where you are going, you will get there. And she got right to the top. The world's most sought after multi-percussionist with a mastery of some 1,000 instruments and hectic international schedule. So whatever she achieved, she never felt it as a heroic achievement. She never took it for granted. She never thought that she has done something extraordinary. But she says that if you work hard and you know where you are going, you will get there. She said that the first thing for success or to achieve something, to learn something, is hard work. So she said that hard work is the key to success, and if you know that where you have to achieve, it means if you know your final point, your destination, and if you get going, if you will be trying continuously, then definitely you will reach there. So the thing is, the hard work and the continuous effort is required to reach the top position, to achieve success. So she got up to the top. She achieved the topmost position of musician in the world, and she became the most sought. She became the most popular multi-percussionist. She not only learned to play any one percussion instrument, but she learned almost around 1,000 instruments, and she had many performance around the world, and therefore she had a very hectic international schedule. So she not only became a national fame, but she became an international fame known around the world. It is intriguing to watch Evelyn function. So intriguing, fascinating, effortlessly. Without hearing, in our 2 hour and curious discussions, she never missed a word. Men with bushy beards give me trouble, she laughed. It's not just watching the lips, it's the whole face, especially the eyes. She speaks flawlessly with a Scottish lilt. My speech is clear because I could hear till I was 11, she says, but that doesn't explain how she managed to learn French and master basic Japanese. So now it is being said that whosoever watched her, whosoever saw her playing on different instruments, they became very curious that how effortlessly she used to play the instrument. Here, intriguing means fascinating and curious. And here, the author of this chapter says that he spoke to her, he talked to her for around 2 hours, and he went in a very curious discussion with her. So it means he was very much interested to speak to her, and he says that in spite of her deafness, in spite she was deaf, she not missed even a single word whatever he spoke to her or whatever question he asked to her. And then she says that only a person who is with bushy beard, it means the person who have a dense beard, she says that only that person used to confuse her sometime. And then she says she don't only read the lips of the person to whomsoever she is talking, but she says that the whole facial expression convey that what the person is trying to say to her or whatever the person is speaking to her. And the author says that she was flawless. She spoke Scottish flawlessly she speak flawlessly with her Scottish lilt, and she has mastered 2 languages, that is Scottish and French, and even she know the basic of Japanese. And then at the same time Evelyn informed her that her speech was clear because she was able to speak till the age of 11. But even then it's quite surprising that when she became deaf, after that she has learned French, but even her French was quite clear. It was not troubling. It was not, you can say that it was not the affected tone, and even she know the basic of Japanese as well. As for music, she explained, it pours in through every part of my body. It tingles in the skin, my cheekbones, even in my hair. When she plays on xylophone, she can sense the sound passing through the stick into her fingers. By leaning against the drum, she can feel the resonance flowing into her body. On a wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibrations pass through her bare feet and up her legs. So she says that now she is trained enough. She could feel the vibration of the musical instrument whichsoever she is playing through each and every part of the top part of her body. And it seems that the music is pricking, stinging her skin. So she could feel the vibration of music in her each and every part of her body. That is, she says that even she could feel it in her cheekbones and even in her hairs. And she said that while she is playing xylophone, she could feel the vibration in her fingertips, and from that fingertips, it passed through her body. And then she says that she could sense the vibration of drum by leaning against it. And whensoever she is performing on the platform, and if the platform is wooden, if it is made up of wood, then what she do? She removes her shoes so that she can feel the vibration from her feet, and that vibration from her feet passes through her legs and to her different part of the body, and this is how she manages to feel the vibration, and she played effortlessly the musical instrument whichsoever she was playing. So therefore we can see here that maybe that God has taken her one organ, that is ear, but he has given a number of hearing organ to her in the form of different part of the body, as he says that she could sense, she could feel, she could hear vibration of music from her each and every part of her body. Not surprisingly, Evelyn delights her audience. In 1991, she was presented with Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award. Says master percussionist James Blades, God may have taken her hearing, but he has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than anyone of us. This is why she expresses music so beautifully. So it is being said that she became the best musician this world has ever produced. And at this point, one of the master of percussionists, James Blade, he says that he gives the reason that why she plays music so beautifully, and the reason which he gives is that she not hear it but she feels it. And he says that God has taken her hearing power, God has taken her ear, but the thing is he has gifted her with number of ears in her body. Her each and every part of her body is working as an ear, and she not only hear it, she feels the music. She feels the music so deeply, very very intensely, and therefore he says that she is able to produce so beautiful music which none of us with even hearing power has been able to produce till date. And in 1991, she was presented with the prestigious award, that is Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award. Evelyn confesses that she is something of a workaholic. I have just got to work. Often harder than classical musician, but the rewards are enormous. Apart from the regular concert, Evelyn also gives free concert in prison, hospitals. She also gives high priority to classes of young musicians, and Richlin of the Beethoven Fund for Deaf Children says she is signing inspiration for deaf children. They see that there is nowhere that they cannot go. So now what she says, that only one reason she gives credit to hard work only. Whatever she has achieved, for all those things she says that hard work is the only key for success, or is the only reason, only secret behind her success. And she says that she had worked hard a lot, and she has even received back from her work, from her hard work. She has received a lot from her effort, from her hard work. And she not only perform in various concerts, she do a regular concert, and she even perform for prisoners, and she even performs for hospital free of cost, without any charge. She don't charge for it. And then she says that she has given high priority to young musicians. She gave priority to young musicians so that they can be inspired, so that they can aspire to be a musician like her. And Anne Rachling of Beethoven Fund for Deaf, she says that she is the shining inspiration for deaf children, because before her, it may be that the deaf people of this world had never thought to achieve so much, and no one has achieved so much as Evelyn Glennie has achieved, and therefore after her success she has become a success story, and the other deaf people has even and the other deaf people has now started to believe that they can achieve everything, and there is nothing which is impossible for this in this world for even to the deaf people. So now she has become an inspiration particularly to the deaf children, and now the deaf children, even they have started dreaming, and even they have started working on their dream, and they now feel that there is nothing which cannot be achieved by them in this world. They can even achieve everything what a normal people can achieve, they can secure. Evelyn Glennie has already accomplished more than most people twice her age. She has brought percussion to the front of the orchestra and demonstrated that it can be very moving. She has given inspiration to those who are handicapped, people who look to her and say, "If she can do it, I can." And not the least, she has given enormous pleasure to millions. So, it is being said that Evelyn Glennie has not only achieved something for herself, it's not that she has achieved her dreams, she has been successful, she has not just been a successful but at the same time she has given hope to thousands of people, thousands of handicapped people. She has given them belief, she has given them faith, she has given them a reason to believe in them, in themselves, that if she can achieve, if she can do it, then even they can do it. And most importantly, she has brought pleasure, she has pleased, she has delighted millions of her fans with her music. And in her field, that is in case of percussion instrument, she has achieved, and she has become the most sought percussionist, and she has achieved even more than the people of twice her age. It means according to her age, as per her age, even the person who is twice of her age and who is in the same field has not even achieved till date what she has achieved at such a young age. So she has inspired millions, she has delighted millions of years, she has accomplished the feat, she had accomplished something which no other people of her age and not even the people of twice of her age has been able to achieve till date. So this is all about this chapter. So this is how we come to know that Evelyn Glennie, in spite of being deaf, has inspired millions of millions of deaf people of this world, and she has achieved what she has desired, and she says that the reason and the secret behind that her success is only hard work. So she says that everything can be achieved. There is nothing in this world and there is nowhere where we can't reach. If we have consistency and if we work hard, we can reach everywhere, we can achieve everything, whatever we desire to achieve in our life. This is all about this chapter. Thank you for watching this video.